Welcome back to the channel. My name is Orlando, and man, this market is getting crazier and crazier and crazier. We have a story, 76 offers on one property, 76 cash offers on one property. Let's jump into it. So the article says here, Ellen Coleman had never received so many offers on a house in her 15 years of selling real estate. She listed a fixer-upper in suburban Washington, D.C. for $275,000 on Thursday. By Sunday, she had 88 offers, guys. That is insane. She says the offers just kept coming in. This was just out of control. She says also, too, of those 88 offers, 76 were all cash, who works with RE/MAX. There wasn't even enough time for all the bidders to visit the property. She said 15 offers were sight unseen, guys. Now, what is it about this market that is just causing people to just throw money at this, just throw money at real estate at this moment? You guys have known that I am talking about the market and what's going on with it. And right now, this market is 100% a seller's market. And the buyers in this market are overpaying on houses that I know next year, or by the end of this year, we're going to have this massive downturn, and you, if you overpaid for these properties, are going to be right back at the beginning, upside down in your properties. And so I just want to forewarn individuals what's going on and why. And this story that I'm talking about is a good example of that. Even though my assumptions of this story would be the reasons why that she has so many offers is because she probably priced it a little bit below market. It's a fixer-upper on top of that. So people are looking at it. Investors in particularly are looking at DC because DC is a really highly sought out area, especially good parts of DC. They're looking at it and saying, you know what, if we fix this property up, we could sell it for XYZ more than what we purchased it for. Maybe put in 100 grand and then, you know, voila, we could sell it for 600,000 or more. I don't know, but let's continue with the story, see what else happened. It goes on to say a 4-bedroom, 1,800 square foot home sold for $460,000, nearly 70% increase from the asking price. She said the winning bid was not the highest offer, but it was an all cash offer with no contingencies and had the paperwork in place. Now, what is that? Listen to this, guys. A lot of home buyers are saying, you know what, if I'm going to be able to get all of these high offers, I don't want any walkthroughs, I don't want any contingencies. You better just have the money in the title company ready to go for us to sign ASAP. I don't want any appraisals or anything, nothing. And that's what sellers are asking for now because they're getting just so many bids and so many higher offers, cash offers, and not necessarily is the highest the best. If you can get more than what you asked for and the buyer is going to make your life a lot easier, it's just going to be a transaction as if you were going to Walmart to purchase something. You get the good, you pay them the money. If that's what you can get in a real estate transaction, a lot of sellers will take that. So make it as easy as possible for the seller to say yes to you. Okay, and then it says here, the buyer, she said, is an investor who is likely to renovate and resell at an even higher price. Like I said, guys, I said this earlier in the video. That's what I figured was the reason for all of the high offers. Someone wanting to buy it, fix it up, and then going to resell the property at a higher value. She did a really good job of pricing it a little bit under because it had the fixer-upper, but I tell you, when investors see this in this hot market and they know that they can make, you know, $80,000 to $100,000 based on the fix up, the after repair value, it's golden. It says it was a lower price property for the area and may have been an outlier, she says, but even her other listings have typically been getting closer to 15 offers. Several people came in wanting to be a homeowner and do the repairs themselves. There is such a low inventory out here. People feel like that is the way they can get into a home. So you see this, a lot of homeowners are looking at properties that need to be fixed up, and they're just like, hey, I'm willing to do the fixing up of this property because I think this is the only way for me to get into a home. If I go in and try to purchase something that's already kind of just turnkey, just walk in and move in, it's going to be way higher price because individuals, I'm fighting with the competition of other people, and they don't want to compete with 30, 15 more offers. Nobody wants that because the price is just going to continue to go up, 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 up. So then the article goes on to say, why are we in this mess to begin with? So let me read about this. It says, it was a different story a year ago. Home buyers fell off a cliff during the pandemic, took hold in the US, with home sales dropping about 40%. It's been the theme until now, he said. Consequently, prices have been on a tear, going up on an upward trend because of the lack of supply. Now, we talked about this, guys, in previous videos. This lack of supply is a real thing. With the pandemic, no one really wants to sell during a pandemic. People have lost their jobs, so they're kind of just trying to hold on to their properties, make their mortgage payments. Some homeowners have went back to their mortgage lenders and said, hey, can we restructure this so that maybe I could take these missed payments and put them on the back end? And so these guys aren't really ready to sell their property. They don't really want to sell their property and take the profit. It's just a lot going on. And so you have this lack of supply and this huge demand because interest rates are so low right now. And then you have people with a flood of money. We've got the stimulus money in here. We got all unemployment money. We just got so much money in our economy right now. And people are trying to put the money best use for them, right? And buying real estate or purchasing a home, it's a dream of a lot of Americans. So you're going to try to say, you know what? I'm going to be smart with this money. I'm going to be smart and I'm going to invest it in my home, something that I know that will appreciate and I could make money off of in the long run. So here's a really big question. Everybody's always asking me, should I buy now or should I sit out? In this article, it kind of talks about that. So let's go over that. It says, even as inventory shrank over the past year, the pool of buyers have grown. It said the inventory will remain tight for a while because there are all these buyers coming into the market, urban dwellers, millennials, first-time home buyers looking for bigger spaces or to live somewhere new. He says he doesn't think it makes sense to wait if you are ready to buy now. Interest rates will go up. There is no indication that real estate prices will go down. Demand is strong, supply is low. More inventory is expected to become available later this spring. And then it says that will at least provide more selection, but not necessarily price relief. More sellers typically show up at the beginning of May. And then she says, but there will be more buyers than homes. So if buyers are hoping to sit it out and wait for a lower price, they may be disappointed. Now, this is kind of where I separate from this, right? I do agree that, some of these home buyers that are looking for homes to purchase, you think to yourself, should I sit out or should I just go ahead and buy now? Now, I do agree that hey, these interest rates are going to eventually go up. That doesn't necessarily mean that when the prices go up, that there will be more houses available. But this is my thing. You should never, and listen to me guys, you should never overpay for a property. If you are in the market to sell your home and you're going to purchase a home, I would even suggest that maybe if you want to sit this out because prices are so high, to go ahead, sell your home, make the profit on your home, sit this out by renting a house, and then in a year, look back at the market to see if the steam and the heat has went off of the market and buy a property that is, priced lower so that you won't be in the hole when the market falls. That would be my suggestion. Once again, this is not financial advice. You have to make your own decisions. But if I was in the market, I would do that because then I could take my profit. I can invest it into a rental property, some other investments things that I know I can gain and make money off of, and not when it comes to purchasing a home that I'm not really sure about or that I almost believe for surely is going to drop down. Or if you know for sure you're overpaying for it by giving someone $30,000, $40,000 over the asking price, how are you going to get that money back? Just think about it. How are you going to get the money back? Do you really believe that your price of the home that you paid $30,000, $40,000 over is going to stay at that price? No, it's not. You just artificially inflated that number. So you have to be very, very careful. But if you're in a situation, where you have to purchase a home, that's going to be something. I mean, that's a personal situation where I think that you have to figure out what is the best thing for you, because you can weigh that out in many different ways. A lot of personal things would come into play rather than the strictly numbers. So at the end of the day, guys, once again, it is just showing you that this market is just so hot and volatile right now. Everything's just going up, but we all know, we can all agree that things that go up, they must come down. And it really depends on where you want to be in your purchase, in your selling of your property. Do you want to be going up on that hill, or do you want to be going down on that hill? That's really the question. So think about it, guys. Look at the numbers. I hope you got value out of this content, and I'm gonna need you to watch this next video here. It will provide you so much more information on real estate and how you need to look at your real estate, determine if you want to buy, sell, get into a rental property, and I'll check you guys in the next one. Thanks.